we can create these like energetic cords or like emotional cords between another person when we have an interaction with them.
And then is the person that's pulling on your cord, are they consciously doing it?
And then once you clear that, you come into like a deeper peace in yourself.
How do I go inward? You know, do I start thinking about my darkest thoughts and try to fix them?
That's what I do with my clients too, is like I will like read people's energy and I'll read like the underlying emotion. I guess I just try not to feed the drama, because I feel like you can get addicted to feeding drama in your life, and that being with relationships and other people, and instead of just like allowing there to be peace, I feel like we can really like stir up drama when there really doesn't need to be drama. And I think like it's almost like an outward reflection of like, are we comfortable being at peace in our own bodies and within ourselves? And if we're not, we're going to be like creating drama all around us, subconsciously. And yeah, what about you, Kevin? Like,
Yeah, well, I feel like I can tell, like, if someone's in a pattern of stirring up drama, you know, I'm kind of like, oh, okay, they're just getting excited about talking about this drama.
like talking about other people, or
yeah, and like you said, it might be this inward, or this lack of inward exploration, where like it's kind of like when somebody goes on their smartphone or something to kind of like get out of whatever problems they have. It's almost like when they talk about somebody. Yeah, could be.
Definitely. Yeah, so I mean, I also think that there's like a need to like cut off the drama too. Like, even if you're not a type of person that like stirs it up, I feel like a huge like practice that I've been in is like, how can I like cut off the drama in my life, by like speaking my truth and like speaking up for myself and being like, actually, I don't want to be talked about this way, and like I'm not going to put up with that, and like cutting the cords energetically, like yeah. I mean, when I say cutting cords, it doesn't mean you have to like cut people out of your life, but that is part of it. If someone's like only stirring up drama in your life, like you don't have to be friends with them.
Yeah, same thing like at work, you know, if people at work are stirring up drama or saying something like, well, like you were saying about just kind of like standing up for yourself, or kind of clearing any miscommunication.
Oh, you've been doing a really good job at communication in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
you don't want to go into it. Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I should talk about my
That's okay.
day job on
No.
too in depth.
You don't need to. Not. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to like cord cutting.
Oh yeah, because you talk about cord cutting a lot to like.
Yeah.
Even like you were teaching your family how to do that.
Yeah.
And so what is like the benefits and what is cord cutting?
Yeah, okay, let me set this water down here. Okay. So, and by the way, I usually drink out of a blue bottle, but if you haven't noticed, I'm drinking out of glass jar.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole.
Yeah,
we're under a boil water notice here.
Yeah, on the North Shore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is after the Kona Low flooding.
Yeah. So
wiped out some water pipes. So
is that what happened, or no? I thought it was more so concern of like,
yeah, it's like contamination getting into
from like all. I don't really understand it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and actually from the reservoir that we get our water from, it's actually pretty good. It's not, I thought when they made the boil water notice it was going to be like, we're going to get this terrible like brown water coming out of the tap.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it might be like that in Wailua. But yeah, we are really lucky because we didn't get flooded, and yeah, there's a lot of people that lost their homes and things got really bad. So yeah, we're just grateful to be in the place we're in, but we do have to boil our water, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, that was just a short little update. Yeah, when it comes, so I guess going back to the cord cutting.
Yeah. Cord cutting.
Yeah, well, are you thinking of anything specifically? Because cord cutting can go in so many different directions. Like when I was talking to my dad about cord cutting.
Yeah.
So that's interesting because he works with kids with autism, and anytime you're like working in like with people, he's at a school, if you have like a bunch of clients or something, you definitely want to like consider cord cutting on a regular basis. I was talking to him about like cutting cords with his students on the daily, and it's not about like cutting off the relationship or cutting off what you've built with that person, but we can create these like energetic cords or like emotional cords between another person when we have an interaction with them, especially when we have like a deeper, stronger bond with them. We can create, like, have all these cords, or if you have a past life connection to someone. And so these cords can like pass emotions back and forth, and there's cords that pass maybe positive emotions back and forth between you and another person, and there's cords that can pass like negative emotions like resentment, anger, frustration, and you can feel their feelings and then they can feel your response, and there's like almost like a push and pull, and that just like if you cut that off, it like shields your energy, and then you won't be continuing to think about that person throughout the day when you're no longer working with them, if it's like a client base.
And then is the person that's pulling on your cord, are they consciously doing it?
No, not always.
Okay, because yeah, sometimes I hear you're like, you feel like someone's pulling on your cord, or you feel like someone's pulling on my cord, and then and I'm like, I guess I thought somebody's like consciously kind of like tugging on me.
Well,
but they might be doing it unconsciously.
I don't think most people are aware of cords, so they might not know that
like
their feelings towards another person could actually impact them. So if someone's having a lot of negative thoughts about you, you might actually feel it, and it might like weigh you down. And so cutting the cord makes it so that you're not impacted by someone else's energy towards you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody could be having any kind of thoughts about you, and that could be impacting you.
Yes. Yeah, so you can break the cord just by speaking it out loud. I always call in my higher self and spirit guides. Whoever you resonate with, you can call in. You can even say, asking the universe or source or my higher self. Like I like to say my higher self. So calling in my higher self and spirit guides to cut all cords between me and another person, name the person that's not serving my highest good at this time, across all timelines, lifetimes, and dimensions. I always say that because I've just learned cords can be sneaky. And that kind of like helps to clear past life cords you might have with someone, although sometimes those can be sticky too, and you have to be willing to actually let go of the cord. So that prayer only really works if you're willing to like let go of the cord and not feed it either.
Right, like some people might actually enjoy kind of hanging on to that energy.
Yeah, like, oh, this person's so annoying because they say all these things about me and like da da da. But like, or you could be like, you know.
And this is creating drama, right? Kind of in your life.
Oh yeah, by like being like, oh, like I'm just so annoyed with this person, like da da. Yeah. But like, how can you just shut it off right away? Like, okay, no. I mean, if you need to say something to them, say something. Whatever you need to do to like clear it so that it's not affecting you anymore. But then speaking, I always end it. Like if you need to speak to the person, speak to them first and then cut the cord. And cutting the emotional cord, you speak it out loud and then you need to be willing to like not feed the emotion. Then you're like, okay, any more frustration I might feel about this person is about a deeper wound in myself that I need to heal. And then you go inward. You're not, any anger you feel isn't because they're sending energy your way. You've cut the cord. You ask for protection too. So ask your higher self and spirit guides to protect you from any energy sent your way from this other person that's not serving your highest good. And then you're in your own energy. And sometimes I feel like we might need to like be clear, permanently protect me from future energy sent my way from this other person. If it's like a one-time event, then you can make it like be more just right now, protect me from this person. But if it seems like it's an ongoing thing where they're like perpetually, I don't know, creating drama with you in some way, then you want to like shield yourself emotionally from them so that it's not affecting you permanently, by making that an intention and then going within and being like, okay, where's this anger coming from? What did this person trigger up in me? And then once you clear that, you come into like a deeper peace in yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then did you talk about the candles, or how do you use candles to kind of help cut that cord?
Oh, what do I use the candles for? Oh, yeah. I use the candles to protect against evil eye.
Have you told me about evil eye?
No.
Okay.
Have I?
I feel like this is the first time I've heard you say
evil
eye.
I mean, it's basically like cords, someone sending energy your way, but evil eye can be more general. Like you walk on the beach and someone's like sends energy your way just because they might be jealous or annoyed or something. I don't know. And it can actually like cling to our energy, how other people feel. Like really on the greater scale, we're all one, so we do get impacted by how other people feel, especially if you're an empath, because your aura can pick it up. If you feel really deeply, you might like be holding other people's thoughts of you like in your energy. And so the way I use the candle is I made this, like, I make this kind of, well, I put it on an altar, but it doesn't have to be like a fancy altar. Like, all you really need is a piece of paper, and I like to draw the Hamza symbol because that resonates with me, that it's basically like the palm with the eye in it.
Yeah, it looks like the Illuminati or something.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but it's the third eye.
Yeah, but it's not the Illuminati. It's the Illuminati is like the evil eye that you're protecting against.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, it's different, but yeah, like Hamza symbol. I mean, Hamza symbol is used across many different religions too, which is really interesting.
Yeah, like I feel like I've seen it in India too.
Hinduism is like the main thing. That's what I thought it was from, but then I found out it's also Buddhist and Jewish, and I think it's even considered like the palm of Mary. Is that right? I have no idea.
In like the Bible or?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I might be totally wrong, but I know that it is used across many religions, which is really cool. And if it's like downward facing, it means something different, like maybe something about receiving good energy. I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up. But I know palm up, having it up, means like sending evil eye away. And I also write on the back of this paper, calling on my higher self and spirit guides to please invoke the energy of this flame, because it's going to be underneath a candle, okay? So calling on my higher self and spirit guides to please invoke the energy of this flame to burn away all cords in my energy that are not serving my highest good at this time, known or unknown, across all timelines, lifetimes, and dimensions. And I just make it very general, and this kind of like is really, it's nice to have general clearings because sometimes we don't always know when we can accumulate a bunch of cords. So I just have this piece of paper, I set it underneath a candle, and I light the candle every night. And I just say, activating the words and symbols on the pages beneath this candle, boom.
Yeah.
And then the symbols and the words I wrote on the page are clearing me. And you can also, I think I might have even did this, I wrote out like other things under the candle when I was maybe, I don't know, trying to clear different things or trying to manifest different things, whatever it was, whatever intentions you want to like reiterate every day, you can put under the candle too. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty powerful, like, because you actually sometimes you pick up that somebody has like a cord attachment with me, and then I'm not really aware of it, but then we do the whole candle thing, and then I actually feel kind of like this release.
Wow.
And so, yeah, like this is something people could try tonight, you know? Like, they could just, if you go back on the recording and just write down exactly what she says, and then write it down, and then, like, you could do it tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I can't say how many times I've just, like, written out all these, like, prayers and sent them to people, and I had to, like, write it out. I probably wrote it in different ways every time, but it's saying the same thing, and it's really nice to have this like recorded in a video, because actually I could even just send someone this video now and be like, just watch this. But yeah, it's like really, really powerful, and I feel like this has helped me a lot with like not living a drama-free life, and also
not living a drama-free.
Wait, so
it's helped keep the drama.
Keeping the drama. No. Helps me to live a drama-free life and not feed the drama. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm thinking about also, like, being, I guess, also selective with the people that I let into my life. And just because someone says all the right things and acts like, acts the way I would think I would want a friend to act, that doesn't mean that their, like, energy or their intentions, their underlying intentions, are aligned with how they're, like, acting outwardly, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like when you meet somebody for the first time, like a friend, it's, you really got to treat it like an interview, obviously, but then, it takes some time after you hang out with them the initial first time, then, and like we do this, like when we meet somebody, then when we go home, we're like, okay, let's kind of debrief, what, like what just happened, and like we'll kind of, and then we'll pick apart, like, okay, maybe that was weird, or maybe like, oh my gosh, that was amazing, and I think we need to just take a little bit of time to really be careful about who, what people's motives are, and I feel like we actually turned down a lot of potential friends.
Yeah.
Just because we get, I don't know, like maybe we get that they might create drama in our life or something.
Yeah.
Or other things, but.
Yeah, and like even one form of drama is like someone feeling sorry for themselves all the time, or like, it doesn't always have to be like that they're outwardly like creating drama. Like it could be internally like pulling on your energy, like I'm thinking of like a couple people in my distant past that I realized like maybe weren't resonant, and that it was like not because they were like bad people. It just wasn't like a healthy dynamic, it didn't feel like, and there was nothing they said that was wrong. But it was just like, oh, this person like feeds off of remorse, or this person feeds off of like the need for me to feel bad about them or something. Like that's the example I'm thinking of. But like it doesn't have to be like obvious drama. And yeah, I mean, because of it, like we don't have a ton of friends, which like I guess is like, that's just, how we are. Like we really like select the people that we let in. And yeah,
like I think I really don't actually like hanging out with a bunch of random people, because it's very like there's a lot of energies going on.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
and I think it's just because maybe me and you are especially like tuned into the underlying intentions. And so it's hard to be friends with someone if you can feel that their intentions are not what they're speaking out loud. But yeah, I guess like I always preach to my clients that, trust that inner compass, like trust your intuition. And like, I've had clients be like, well, like everyone around me loved this person, and I can't like leave. I felt bad about leaving this friendship, but it feels toxic or something. And there can be a lot of pressure to like almost like, oh, you're being selfish if you pull your energy back and you choose not to like to give someone your energy who you might feel like has ulterior motives with your energy. But I think that that's like, it's really important to do that. And that's like a huge way to not like feed the drama. You have every right to pull your energy back. And actually, if someone gets really mad about that, like, what are they like? Bless you.
Excuse me.
Are they feeding your energy, off your energy if they're like mad that you're pulling back? Like, right. What are they getting out of your
and also, then? Do some people realize that are they, realizing that they're getting some kind of satisfaction out of making people feel bad for them or something?
Yeah.
I feel like I try to be very conscious of what my intentions are, and even like if I'm trying to like act cool or something, like cooler than normal, I'm like aware of it. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of being a little cooler than I actually am.
Like on this pod, like, even when we're recording, I'm like, oh my gosh, Mar, like loosen up, gosh.
Like we're both really aware of.
And
so I guess I'm wondering, like, are there some people that just aren't aware of how they're acting?
Definitely. In fact, I think most of the time it's very unconscious. I think like that's why like doing the inner work, the more someone like goes in and like listens to themselves and is like brutally honest with themselves, they become like more authentically aligned. Like what's happening when someone like their words are not aligned with their intentions, like they just haven't done their emotional healing work. Like they have a lot of trauma and like their feelings aren't matching what they're saying, and like like, and it doesn't make them a bad person, but it's just like it's like they haven't gone inward to like work through it and bring it all into balance. And I think a lot of times like it takes a lot of work to get to that like place where you really are aware.
But what does that actually mean, like going inward? Because I hear that.
I know.
Hear that. And
I almost like that kind of bothered me too that I said that. Because I feel like I just
wonder what your explanation. Of like. Because I hear, I don't know, just like, I don't know, famous people saying like you gotta go inward and do the work, and
I think
motivational speakers or something.
I think that's why it bothered me, because
but I just wonder what your definition of that is, because I noticed like these motivational speakers don't actually explain. They're like, you gotta I'm not just talking about one person. I know I might sound like David Goggins or something, but it's like you got to go into your own mind and like go inward, and then I'm just like, well, I'm sitting here, and what, like, how do I go inward? Do I start thinking about my darkest thoughts and try to fix them, or not that I have like dark thoughts, but it's just an example of.
That's a really good point. I think the first thing is just to start like observing.
Okay. Yeah. So
just
like
start observing yourself. Observe how you interact with other people and be like, do I really feel that way?
Mm-hmm.
And like,
am I making people feel bad for me?
Yeah. And like, why do I feel bad about myself? And like, okay, like, let's explore this. And like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, let's tackle all of this stuff at once. Like, it's more like, as it comes up, you work through it internally, by like sitting with your emotions. And I mean, that's why I think like therapy is actually a really good way to like talk it out.
Yeah.
And like unravel everything, and like why you act the way that you act and things like that. And I mean, for me, it was like past life healing, and that's what I do with my clients too, is like I will like read people's energy, and I'll read like the underlying emotions within their emotional body that carry over from past lifetimes that might be like unconsciously shaping who they are. And it can help to like unravel these types of things, to like understand why you might act the way that you do, and then you can start to like change it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And it starts with observing, and then
really just observing and being brutally honest with yourself. Like, oh, do I have an ulterior motive to invite this person over to my house right now? Is it because like I really want to hang out with them, or is there some part of me that really wants to prove that I'm good enough for this person?
Yeah.
You know, and like be like, dang. And just to like say that,
right? You ever
that's
have
like bold to say that to yourself and be like, damn, I have an ulterior motive.
Right. Like, I'm sure you've had somebody over to your house before in your life, and like, you just went like, you're like, okay, I gotta make sure the house is, you know, I gotta make sure like this, you know, I put this over here so they see it, and they think like, oh, that person's like oh, they're really cool or something. You know, and like for another person, if you had a different person over, you might just leave clothes all over the place, and then it's like, okay, well, what is my, you know, observe yourself, and like, what is my motive for my actions, you know? And I think just
well, I want to go off of that. Well, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Oh, just that maybe that might be creating a little drama, you know, and if you just maybe stick to the people where you're not trying to impress them, or that you can just be yourself around, I think overall that will just create less drama.
Definitely. I also think though, like when you just described like, okay, you're cleaning up your home, you're doing all these things to make your home look really nice, to prove yourself to this other person. And I think also just acknowledging, oh, there's an ulterior motive here. And then like sinking into that and be like, where does that motive come from? Why do I feel like I need to prove myself to these people? Like, what is that coming from? And like, you can ask your body to like present it to you. You can feel it in your body. Like, what does this need to prove myself? And maybe you'll start to like drop into your body and like feel tension in certain areas. And then see like where you're drawn in your body. Maybe it's like an area of tension. And then you can kind of like zoom in to that area and ask that part of your body to tell you what is this part of me that feels like it needs to prove itself. And your body will tell you. You might be like taken to a memory from your childhood, even to a past life, because our past lives can be accessed in this exact way that we access our current life memories. We just often don't let ourselves go there. But and once you kind of like connect with that, you can kind of like unravel like, oh, that's why I feel like I need to prove myself. And then you can ask your higher self and spirit guides, or whoever the higher forces that you trust, to help you clear that wound, because it's always from a deeper wound that needs to be cleared. help me to clear this root wound, help me to heal this, clear it once and for all so it's no longer impacting me, and like trust that it's being cleared and it's being unraveled. You might have to like feel the emotion, but once it's cleared, it's like gonna change your relationship with proving yourself. And that's one of the basic ways to like do the inner work, is that's, yeah, and that can apply to like anything.
Right. Like, well, I was wondering, like, were you trying to prove yourself by writing this book, Before I Live, I Die, that you published on Amazon, that took you 7 years?
Honestly, no. I don't think I was. I think, well, shoot, maybe a little. Maybe I was just sick of people not knowing, like, what I went through, who was around me. That part might have been part of it. I also think the other part of it was there's a lot of throat wounds in it. And I think it was almost like, to heal, I needed to communicate it. I needed to write. I needed to like give these versions of myself, my past life versions of myself, because this book is about remembering my past lives when I was 20. I like spontaneously started to remember them. So like I feel like this book really helped me voice the parts of myself that really needed to be voiced, and like liberate those parts of myself. But yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I feel like in the beginning it could have been from like, I need to prove myself. And then over time, as I like deepened my journey as like working with clients, it sort of shifted.
Right. And you might have started to just really enjoy the writing process, because now you're already working on your second book. Yeah. And yeah, I think in the beginning it probably was to prove myself. And then like the first several times I wrote the book, because I rewrote it many times, I really didn't like it. I didn't really like the way I wrote it, and I feel like I emotionally disconnected each time I wrote it until the last version of it is this one, and I feel like it became a story almost about a different person, which is really cool, because the first time I wrote it, I like was hallucinating reading through it. It was so emotionally tied to every word on the page, and I was like, oh, I hate this, but I was also like, yeah. Anyway, so it's a journey to write your own book. Yeah. But yeah. But then it turned into this, and this feels like literally my heart written on the pages, and it feels so much deeper than like needing to prove myself. Like at this point, I don't want to prove myself. I read it or don't read it, but like this book is like my truth, and it's like feels like I needed to write it because it was my dharma and I had to write it. So yeah. Well, we should wrap this pod up, but to support this podcast, you can order Marley's book called Before I Live, I Die on Amazon. It'll show up right on your doorstep. And then subscribe, help us get to 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Cool.
And if you're on Spotify, check us out.
Awesome.
On YouTube, yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Peace.